Say my name so my powers may flow through you.
But I don't know your name, sir.
Shazam.
Are you for real? Say, okay! Shazam?
Hey everyone, this is Paul Shirey with JoBlo.com, here with a review of the latest entry in Warner Bros. DC universe of films, Shazam! Directed by David Sandberg and starring Zachary Levi, Mark Strong, Jack Dylan Grazer, and Asher Angel. After the tremendous success of both Wonder Woman and Aquaman, following the disastrous performance of Justice League, all eyes are on Shazam to see if the back-to-back rebound success stories were a fluke or a sign that the DCEU has regained its footing. Well, for me, the answer is simple. Hell yes. Now, I know that there are many that champion the Snyderverse DCEU, and I've enjoyed many of them myself. Man of Steel is still my favorite Superman film, and even enjoyed some of its most criticized films, including Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice and Suicide Squad. But there's no doubt that the tide has shifted, with the new slate of films focusing more on single-character stories rather than universe-building team-up events. And now, for the third time in a row, those efforts have paid off in spades. Shazam follows the exploits of Billy Batson, as played by Asher Angel, an orphan who is in search of his real mom, which inhibits him from staying in a foster home for any true length of time. However, saddled with a new foster home that houses 5 other kids and 2 loving parents, Batson is exposed to a caring group that challenge his usual runaway agenda. Batson becomes quick friends with Freddy, as played by Jack Dylan Grazer, a crippled boy his same age that is obsessed with superheroes in every way, and who carries himself with attitude and humor, which helps him combat his handicap. While Batson and Freddy are making their way through standard teenage life, Dr. Thaddeus Savannah, as played by Mark Strong, is busy on the hunt for a portal to the Rock of Eternity, a magic location that houses an aging wizard who is looking to bestow his powers to a worthy individual as his own life force begins to fade away. Fate collides one day when Batson finds himself on the run from some bullies after protecting Freddy, and he ends up in the Rock of Eternity himself, with the wizard confident he's found his new champion. And as fast as you can say Shazam, he's transformed into a hulking mass of electric energy in a superhero suit. And this is where the fun really begins. Zachary Levi, as the grown-up transformed Batson/Shazam, is an absolute delight in the role and clearly has a strong understanding of who this character is and how he'd react to his new situation, i.e. a teenage boy that now has the body, likeness, and powers of a fully grown superhero. The panic, the discovery, the humor, the awkwardness, and eventually the heroics all come naturally to Levi, who is able to exude his younger co-star while fully embracing the part in his own right. What follows is very much big with superpowers. But that's not where the buck stops. There's a lot more going on here than a kid superhero testing his powers, making YouTube videos, destructively stopping crime and attempting to be a superhero without any true guidance from one. Director David Sandberg has crafted a superhero film that dips its toe in many other genres, notably the 80s style adventure films of that era, from The Goonies to Back to the Future to Ghostbusters and more. It's got a tinge of horror, superhero action, loads of humor, and most importantly, a lot of heart, which is something that can't be undersold in a story like this. While many may be concerned that this is just a comedy, you can rest easy that it's got a lot more going on. That said, it is laugh out loud funny from start to finish, and that's in no way a bad thing given the material that we're dealing with.
Darla, it's me, it's Billy. I know I don't look like me. A wizard made me look like this.
Maybe don't start with the wizard, it's just gonna make her more confused.
Some old guy brought me to a temple, and he made me say Shazam. Grazer!
There are some points where the story slows down a bit, and you may find yourself getting anxious for the next funny or heroic moment, but the lulls are necessary, even if they drag a bit. The payoff to these moments is important, however, so it's not all for nothing. On the villain side, Mark Strong always makes for an imposing force, and I found his Savannah to be especially ruthless. There are definitely some dark twists with his character, and even though he isn't given enough to elevate into the greatest of all time villain spots, he's got the presence, acting chops, and attitude to make for a fine evil baddie. The evil creatures, aka the 7 deadly sins, at his disposal are equally nasty, and you may need to cover your kids' eyes a few times when they pop up on screen. Another small criticism is that the film occasionally meanders into a flat style, particularly when it's Shazam and Freddy walking around the city. However, I'm also willing to cut some slack, as it also lends some realistic credibility of a larger-than-life superhero just walking around the city like an average Joe. So, it's a minor gripe, and one I may change my mind on upon future viewings. Shazam is unapologetically a film set in the DCEU, with plenty of references to Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman, and surely more than I missed, and I was surprised at how much they played into the story in various little ways. It's much more connected than either Wonder Woman or Aquaman in that sense, but it all fits and makes perfect sense to do so. And that's another thing that makes Shazam so effective. It's clever as hell. There are so many moments that unfold in this film that will have you smiling from ear to ear at how perfect and clever they are, whether they're addressing familiar tropes, embracing the world and situation they're living in, or simply turning the genre out a bit. The film is hardly a stale recreation of everything you've seen before, and that's a beautiful thing. It also benefits from some genuinely rousing and heroic moments, including the score, some of which I simply can't spoil here, even if Funko already did. No matter how you slice it, and despite any flaws in pacing or style, Shazam is an absolute gem and a damn fun time at the movies. For its pure, unadulterated joy, spectacle, and spot-on humor, I'm giving Shazam a 9 on 10. I'm Paul Shirey with JoBlo.com.
Daily bats. I choose you as champion. Say my name so my powers will become yours. Shazam.
Wait, for real?
Say, okay?
Say my name.
That's crazy, right?
What are your superpowers?
Superpowers, dude? I don't even know how to pee in this thing.
This is proof of authenticity. Super strength. Electricity manipulation. Hyperspeed.
I'd like to purchase some of your finest beer, please.
His name is Captain Sparkle Fingers.
No, it's not. That's not my name.
Chosen one.
Oh, you're like a bad guy, right?
You literally did the opposite of what a superhero is supposed to do. You're him. You're the hero.
You're welcome for not getting robbed.
I'm Batman.
Give him back, man.
How old are you?
Basically 15. Did you see that?
Yeah, you electrocuted a bus and almost killed these people.
And then I caught it.
You leave tall buildings in a single bound.